Who am I to say a meme comic isn't a comic anymore?
Oh, dude, I filmed a bringer show at Gotham last night for some cash.
So you've been so Juan didn't want to do it. He gave it to you.
He let me do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, which was like so easy. It was so fucking easy. But there was I guess a comedian that was on there that was like a TikTok comedian doing stage. A lot of impressions.
Did he do a Jeff Goldblum warm-up joke?
No, he did a lot of Trump. He actually had a great Howard Stern impression.
I think I know Matt something.
Maybe. All their names are a fucking blur.
We'll have to check on TikTok. Matter Day Live, I believe his TikTok name is, because he's all over my feed.
Oh, okay.
And I'll be honest, it's pretty good. It's one of the better comedy things I see on TikTok.
On TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, on stage, he was just fine.
Well, yeah, I saw what he put up from the Gotham, because I could tell it's like, yeah, most people I don't think can tell when it's a bringer on like TikTok or Instagram.
Ooh, yeah, because there's no crowd work in bringers.
I mean, if you're a seasoned vet like yourself, you could.
Sure, yeah. I haven't done a bringer in a long time, but...
You didn't get stage time last night?
No, they didn't know me.
It doesn't matter.
I know. I was kind of hoping for it.
Yeah.
Also, what was funny is like when you're at these like bringer shows, I feel like this type of shit doesn't really make you a better comic because you want to be around comics that are better than you.
Yes.
You want to be in a lineup where you're like the worst one. Mm-hmm. That's what's going to make you better. But like for your ego though, man, you're like watching this. I'm watching this fucking bringer show and you're like, put me in, coach.
Yeah.
I'm ready to play.
Let me light this room up.
Let me fucking get up there. And I'm in the back hitting record on and off.
Yeah, make it fucking $20 per person.
Yeah. Dude, it was driving me fucking crazy.
I know. I mean, it drove me crazy doing them. I can't imagine working one.
Right, yes. Doing them is, it's... I think the thing that sucks the most is you have like a group of friends in the crowd that they paid a lot of money for to sit through this like
that was the worst
2-hour fucking
the worst.
For people who listening or watching that don't know what a bringer is, when you're a comic and you want stage time and either you're not good or you're really new, clubs will basically tell you if you can get, I don't know, I've heard some where it's just 5. I've heard that others like Gotham, it's like 15 people.
Yeah.
You got to bring 15 people, and the tickets are like $20 a pop.
Yeah.
Plus 2 drink minimum.
Yep.
The drinks are at least $8 to $10.
Usually.
And it's a 2-hour comedy show of 5-minute sets.
Yeah.
Of a bunch of, you don't know what you're going to get.
You don't know what you're going to get. Here's why I'm going to say a show like that is worse than an open mic. It's because at that show, people are on their best behavior compared to an open mic where I've seen open micers, white guys go up and just say the N-word for 5 minutes. And you're like, listen, it's not funny, but it broke up the night.
Right? It was funny for a different reason.
It was funny for a completely
different... not the reason you thought it was going to be.
Do you remember, and I don't know if you ever encountered him, Ron Dickles?
No.
You don't know Ron Dickles?
I know
Infamous.
Don Rickles.
Okay.
Is this guy supposed to be the...
Yeah, this guy was so creative. All he did was switch the first letters of the first and last name. And all he would do was he would go from left to right and just yell the racial slur that belonged to you. It was some of the best crowd work I've ever seen because he put no effort into it. There was one open mic where, for some reason, these like Indian mid-20s, late 20s people came in to watch. And he went, "What are you, Indian?" And they're like, "Yeah." And he just pointed at him and said, "Gay." I was like, "Oh, what? I thought you were going to call him a slur or something." He just said gay. Because they're Indian.
Because I don't know a clever name for yous yet.
I did show up late, so he could have said an Indian slur already, and he's like, already out.
Right, it didn't work. Yeah.
It doesn't. I already used it.
You didn't laugh, you're gay.
Yeah,
Wow,
just called him
dude.
gay for being Indian. I was like, this guy gets it.
Long Island guy?
Ooh, I don't know where he's from.
There's something about the Long Island.
a Long
a lot of
Island.
the Long Island comics that have that kind of vibe.
I used to do. I don't know if I talked about this on the pod. I used to do a Long Island open mic when I first started at the Lizard Lounge,
Okay.
which is in Bohemia, New York, which is like a real shit town. And it was in a strip mall. And the Lizard Lounge, I found out, was a gay bar, specifically a lesbian bar. And people would go up there and say slurs you never thought people could say. And these lesbians ate it up. Great crowd.
Really?
Yeah. One of the better open mics.
Underrated on the LGBTQ spectrum, lesbians.
Let me tell you one thing about lesbians.
And real lesbians. I'm not talking about lipstick lesbians. Like, I'm not talking about the ones that, like, kiss a girl twice and say they're, like, bi or lesbian. I'm talking about, like, straight up.
They came in with sawdust on their boots.
Yeah.
And they were there for a good time.
Yeah, dude.
A Wednesday at 5. They were like, listen, we checked out of the mill. We're here to laugh.
Bro, I used to work at a bar up in Massachusetts, this like pub, and a lot of regulars, a lot of bikers would come in there and cops would come in there, and there was this one lesbian lady. She was like a retired cop, rode a motorcycle, and every time she'd come in, she'd go, "What's up, pussy? Give me a blue moon."
A Blue Moon is such a lesbian beer.
Yeah.
That's the perfect beer for, because it's like a beer's manly, but it comes with an orange, you know?
Right.
That's the perfect beer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Was she the favorite? Was she a? Let me ask you something. So you worked in a bar
Yeah.
for
Many
how
bars.
long?
In that specific bar or just bars in general? I worked in that bar for like a year and some change, like just under 2 years.
Okay, and break down what type of bar it was.
It was like a British style pub. It was huge. It was really big. There was a few of them. Okay. It was called the British Beer Company, and there was like
Tough name.
5 or 6 of them in Massachusetts, and I worked in the one in Walpole, kid. Yeah.
Walpole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Home of the Slammer. Have you ever heard of the Slammer?
I assume that's a prison.
It's one of the biggest prisons in Massachusetts.
Yeah. Whitey Bulger?
I don't know. Maybe.
Call us in.
Call us. Yeah.
Call us in if I got that one right. So it's okay. So it wasn't really like a dive bar.
No.
Okay. Because and I've been thinking about this recently, and I'm glad you touched on this. What goes on with a bar regular? I feel like there's no bar regulars anymore.
Oh, they're regulars.
That's why I'm asking.
Oh, they're there. See, you don't notice them because you don't know that they're regulars or not. Also, regulars come in on the hours that the rest of society goes into bars. Regulars are there on the weeknights. They're there like on like in like earlier in the day.
Okay.
Like there was like I mean, dude, every bar I worked at there was regulars.
So I guess like what is the nature of a regular? So they're not there during normal hours. What do they do for work?
Bro, well, when I worked, there was a place called Coogan's that's no longer around anymore. Up in it used to be on 168th Street.
Oh, I'm not going there.
It was the home fireman. There was a hospital right next to it. That Columbia Hospital was right there. So you'd have nurses coming in. You'd have like a gaggle of nurses coming in off of like a 12-hour shift, and they want like mozzarella sticks and have their fruity drinks and all this shit. And
what time?
They'd be in it like their shifts would end weird, so they'd be in there at like 4 p.m. or like 3 p.m.
It's not okay. Not that weird.
But then I worked at a bar in Brooklyn that's still around called the Narrows, and like there would be like couples or people that lived in the neighborhood, and they would just like stop by all the time.
Okay.
And they would but I knew them by name. I knew what they drank. I hooked them up
right
because they came back.
That I feel like that's the basic cable version of regular. What I'm looking for is like a bar fly.
Oh, there's those. There was a dude. His nickname was Cocaine Mike.
This is what I'm going for. Why are you bringing up couples that you knew their drinks? I'm talking about people named Cocaine Mike. That's exactly what I want to hear about.
Yeah.
So, like, what's the nature of that?
So it was at that bar uptown that I just said, Coogan's, that is no longer there. It was like an old school. This bar had been around since like the 70s. It's been around for it, but they shut down after COVID. But anyway, this dude, I think he worked in like IT, and that whole area up there is like a lot of Hispanic. Like a lot of Hispanic and Irish, which is like a weird mix, but up there. But this dude was like a younger white dude. I think he was actually from Massachusetts originally, and he was just always yipped out of his mind. He would drink Bud Lights, and he would drink like 100 of them, bro. He wouldn't stop drinking, and he was always like, he was short, and he always had his like socks hat on, and he was always stumbling around the bar, and we knew he did coke because he just never stopped drinking, and he'd go to the bathroom all the time, like, for not long enough to take a piss.
For not long enough to take a piss?
He was doing bumps. He was doing coke.
You would think if you're that much of a cocaine user, just do it at your seat, you know? How?
Because then you get thrown out.
Yeah, but how many, if you're going to be an alcoholic cocaine user, that is so many bathroom trips. Like, you don't even have time to drink between the pissing and the bumps.
How long do you think it does to take a bump?
I don't know. I've never done it.
Oh, you just take a little key, scoop out of the bag, and done. Boom. You're on your way.
Yeah, but then you're up and you're down. Then you got to take a piss.
Bro, that's
do you
his
have
problem.
to, like, sync the piss with the bump?
Bro, no one's thinking about it this much when they're doing it.
Yeah, I guess.
You're the only one thinking about the logistics of it. You're like, I want to get some of that, because coke is just like, it's just like steroids for drinking. It keeps you awake, it makes you chatty, and like it allows you to drink more. And so you do that, and then you're like, let's go back out and get a fresh beer. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. Oh, and then you get that cycle going again. You keep it going, dude. It's like now, like I'm 34. The people I know that like still fuck around with that stuff, they're not doing it like they did it in college. They just like work like 50, 60 hours or more a week, and then by the time Friday comes, they're like exhausted, and they're like, I just like want to go out, but I'm so tired, so I'm gonna do some coke so I can go out.
Are we talking Wall Street people?
Yes, not even Wall Street people, just people I know that have like, you know, normal jobs that they work all the time and whatever, but they just like Friday and Saturday they do a little bit of coke because they're just like, I'm so fucking tired.
Yeah, I've never got that. I never understood that
mindset.
I
mean, I fucked around in college and whatever, but like it was never my like.
College is one thing.
It was never my thing.
Now, I don't get how you're like, I'm tired, but I should go out. Let me do a powder I purchased from a guy on a corner.
Bro, well, you don't want to know something that's fucked up that dudes that I knew used to do in college. They used to fucking take Xanax and choreograph synchronized shotgun beers to like Queen and Poison and stuff. Like they were, bro. And then do you know what happens if you take Xanax and drink? You black out. Like you completely black out.
Let me tell you something about if you take Xanax and don't drink. You black out.
Yeah.
The drinking has no impact on the blackout.
Well, but when you drink and do it, you're like blacked out, but you're like, let's go out. You can like, and these dudes weren't small either. These were the type of guys who were like, I'm either gonna get laid or I'm gonna get in a fight tonight.
And they never get laid.
No, they always get in a fight.
Always get into a fight.
And if one of them does get laid, it's real trashy on them. And then like one of them has like a video where they're like, dude, she didn't even know that I was behind her. You know, like doing that shit. I'm just like, bro, what is wrong with you?
Did you just incriminate yourself?
Yeah. No, me?
No, the guy. That
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Completely. Bro, these fucking animals, bro.
Now, how do you know these people?
College. Yeah. These are people I don't even talk to. These are just like people I knew in college and shit that I've like seen and like.
This is QU. Degenerates.
Degenerate white degenerates.
These are people that work in like they fake credit schemes.
Some of them, a lot of them just peaked in college, to be honest with you.
I very much just describes my one friend that went to Quinnipiac.
He's into money scams.
He was. Not anymore. He's out of it, baby. He got out of that line of work, but boy, was it tough to get out. The debt doctor. That's what we called him for like 6 years.
The debt doctor?
Yeah, he would, yeah, so like he would get fun. Are you a baseball fan?
Fair weathered.
One of the first people he called was Chuck Knobloch from the Yankees.
Oh, yeah, I know Chuck Knobloch.
Apparently he was in like $200,000 of gambling debt, and it like came up. So he called Chuck Knobloch and pitched him a fake debt relief program. And he made a good amount of money from Chuck Knobloch.
Gambling addict? That's you know how you were like, oh, I tried it once and that was like I know and that's it for me, I'm good, bro. That's how. I mean, I'll like dip my toe. I mean, we talked about I like to go to the horse track every once in a blue moon.
You like to not just a horse track, the fucking
harness racing at Meadowlands. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got that Stella. Yeah, dude. I like I've seen dudes in college that I knew, again, people I don't talk to anymore, but like we would go to AC sometimes or like go to like Mohegan.
Okay.
Dude, I've seen dudes like lose everything, like all of their fucking money. And then like asking us to like front them to like get it back.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, bro, I can't help you.
I've seen the first part. I've never seen someone ask their friends for money.
Oh, dude, I'll never forget. I don't want to say the kid's name because I don't want to throw him under the bus.
Of course.
Because he's kind of still doing the same shit.
Of course.
But, dude, this dude, he fucking... I'll never forget one time we all went to fucking AC. And we were supposed to be there for a long weekend. And we were like, all right, dude, we're all going. We're leaving as planned. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I'm going to stay. And he stayed. And
did he drive?
He got his money. He like, I don't know what he did. He also could have lied, but he had his car.
Okay. I don't feel that. I mean, that's a problem. But it wasn't like you're like, no, dude, like we have the car, like we're going, and he's like, I'll figure it out.
No, he had a car, but still, like it was, bro. He definitely didn't get a hotel. He definitely either slept in the car in the parking lot or like
that's AC though,
or didn't sleep at all.
Over the summer, my buddy had his bachelor party in Las Vegas, Nevada. He doesn't drink or gamble. We could talk about that later. But
what, do you want to go to see a fucking show? What, do you go to want a Cirque du Soleil?
The McGregor fight.
Oh,
so it was the most expensive weekend of the year.
Oh, wow.
We can talk about that later. But there was a kid who he, like a family friend of his, we went to dinner the first night. He couldn't eat because he was so down. He was like not hundreds, tens of thousands down on the first night. He's like, I just can't eat because my anxiety is through the roof. And then we get onto the plane to leave. And the kid whose bachelor party it was, he was like, I don't think he's going to make the flight. I was like, he's on this flight? He said he was on the flight. He stayed to try to make back the money.
Oh, no.
Saw him at the wedding, though, so he's alive.
Bro, but see, but it's to your thing, like, I don't get that. Like, I get the rush of gambling. Like, I do, like, I play a little blackjack. But, like, I just, I don't know. Like, there's a limit for me where I'm just like, I can't start like using my money, what little money I have, just milking my bank account the big hit,
right?
Bro, it's so funny like that they have the apps now, like to like it's so easy to gamble now because like I keep referring to college, but like bro, it's like Sunday. Those like college houses where it's just like, I mean, none of my friends were in frats, but it's like, might as well have been. You like go over to the house. There's like, 3 big screen TVs in 2 rooms.
Yep.
There's a dude rolling blunts over here. There's a quarter of a keg left over from the night before. People brought 30 packs over. Everyone's smoking. Games are going like all over the place.
Yes.
Right. and pizza, beer pong. It's just like guys hanging out and whatever, right?
It's the closest thing we have to an opium den.
Yeah, basically.
It's a college. It's just a college bro house.
Yes, exactly. And I wasn't even there. If it's not obvious, I wasn't there for the sports. I was like there just to hang out.
Yeah,
like just like
just a couple fellas.
Yeah, just make fun of my friends and hang out, right?
Yeah.
I was the guy who was like, "Yo, you guys profile, invite the girls over." They're like, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, "I don't know. Some puss might break up the tension in here a little bit."
Yeah, you're choking out Johnny.
Yeah.
I think we need some sort of a break.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking crazy. But anyway, like I just remember walking into those things, and like one of my close. I don't want to name names because I don't know if they want me to talk about this shit. But like, I would just walk in and they'd be like on the phone with a bookie.
Yeah, you just showed your age right there.
Like they're on the phone with a bookie, and then I'd come walking in. They'd be like, "All right, give me 150 on this, give me 10 on that, go over under on this," and then somebody in the back rolling a bum be like, "Hey, give me 70, give me 100 on this." He's like, "All right, and this one," and then I come in and be like, "Oh, Metcalfe, what up? You want to put anything down in the games?" I'm just like, "Nah, dude, I'm good." I'm good.
When you treat gambling like Chinese food,
Yes,
that's when you have a problem.
that's literally how that's how it was.
I have friends that currently they'll do the live bets. So as the game's going on, like they already had money on the Bengals. If the Bengals go lower, they're like, I'm add another 100. They go down more, they add another 100. They'll do it live on their phone, and they've been doing it for years because my one friend runs a book out of Asia.
Really?
Yeah. And it was not only just a sports book, it was also a live virtual casino. So I have friends that they can't sleep. They'll log on to the virtual casino and play blackjack with someone in like Singapore.
What?
Yes.
That's dark, dude.
Yeah. Do they have drinking problems? Half of them.
Yeah, you gotta pick one or the other. I feel like those two don't go well together.
I have a friend who's both. Deep. Deep in it.
Pick a lane, bro. Pick a lane.
It's just so time consuming.
What is?
Gambling and drinking.
Well, the drinking, you start making bad choices. You start making sloppy choices. I don't care what gambling you're doing. Any fucking gambling. You start getting wasted.
You're right.
All your sharpness goes away on your decision making. And I mean, I would imagine maybe like a little bit, like a little light buzz may help you sometimes where you're just like, oh, fuck it.
Right.
Let's do 35 red on roulette, and you're just like, and then maybe you win. But like by and large, I can't imagine it helps. And then second of all, you need all that money for your gambling, but you're spending it on the booze.
Yes.
So you're bringing a habit into it.
My buddy, when we were in Aruba for another wedding, he was going on $1,000 swings on roulette. Didn't crack a smile the whole time. He went up at one point over $10,000. Didn't even react. And I was like, and he was sober at that point. I was like, this kid.
He was losing money.
No, he was up 10,000.
Oh, bro, I've seen guys like that.
Nothing. Like a stone cold nothing.
One of my friends, the one who he does the apps now. He doesn't need the fucking bookies anymore. But I've been with him, and he'll just like, I'll be like, oh, sick, and I'm just like, oh, and then like he's like doing shit on his phone. I was like, oh, what? And he's like, oh, I just won like $5,000, and I was like, well, fuck yeah, dude, let's fucking celebrate. He's like, yeah, but I was down 2 last week, so I'm up only like 3 now. Like I'm just like, bro, you know what? I could use $3,000.
Right.
I could use $3,000. I'm sitting there worrying about fucking stupid jokes I'm telling later at night. Maybe I should get a gambling problem. I could use $3,000.
Well, he has $3,000 right now, but what you don't realize is he's going to put $2,000 on the Yankees to win the pennant. Like he already allocated that $3,000. Right. I knew a kid in college. He lived at like the party house, and you would never see him at a party. He was always in his room. Reason being, he bet on Puerto Rican and Korean League baseball. And the games were the same time as the parties. So he would never come out of his room. He would put like hundreds of dollars.
Here's what's funny about that. You don't have to watch the game. That's
I
what's funny
feel like
about
you gotta
that's
watch
what's
the
funny
game.
about betting on sports. I'm sure that's part of the fun is to watch your money either grow or disappear in front of
Right.
your face. But you could just make the bet and walk away.
You could.
Because you can't do that with blackjack. You can't do that with like really any other. It's really just like sports betting.
Yeah, but I think if you're placing $1,000 bets on sports games and not watching them, that's a problem.
Or you're a professional, where you just bet so much.
Are there professionals?
Yeah.
There's professional sports gamblers?
Oh yeah. There's professional. I know for a fact there's professional horse race betting people that make like a fucking serious living off of it.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We
They
talking
sometimes get like
harness?
hired, bro, all of it. There's I only know about the horse thing because when I lived in LA, I met this woman. She was like a producer on a show, but her husband, she was like, telling me, he's like, yeah, he's literally a professional horse gambler. People will like pay him to like help them make like bets, or like he does those like when they give like the booklets, or like in the newspaper or magazines, they'll be like, these are the pro tips on the upcoming race. They're professional gamblers.
How do you become a professional gambler? You can't like you had to like make your money some way else.
Well, how do you become a professional poker player? It's the same thing. You just like, I think you just like, listen, there's a level of risk involved for sure, but I think what happens is like you get so on the inside, riders, like if we're talking about horses, like the jockeys, the trainers, the history of the horses, the course, like, I don't know, maybe there's some level of having some inside information. I don't fucking know. I mean, there's no way that gambling down the line is like completely ethical to the end.
No, it's not ethical in the beginning. The end or the beginning.
Well, I mean, in the beginning, it's ethical. Like I don't think to sit down and play blackjack or poker.
Okay, that's not
like I mean, you know what you're getting yourself into.
I'll agree with that.
Same thing with any betting, really, unless you're getting like what do they call it, like running a scam, like someone falls in a fight, on purpose.
Right.
But for the most part, you're just like, yeah, I'm putting my money down. I know the risks involved. I don't think it's unethical. I just think it's like degenerate kind of shit.
Yeah, I don't know. The horse and my grandfather was a big dog race better.
That's a weird one.
Boy, if you want to be garbage, dog racing.
Dude, you just saying that made me think of this fucking story. My buddy used to live in Bed-Stuy, and he had this bodega right across the street from him. And when you walked into the bodega, there was a big flat screen TV.
Okay.
And it usually on there, there'd either be like the multi-picture of the different cameras in the bodega, so you could like see the security, or there'd be like sports games on. Right. One time I go in there and I like order a sandwich, and I'm like chilling, I'm leaning on the counter, and I look up at the TV, and there's two chickens fighting
on the TV.
And I'm like, I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh, it's supposed to be like a movie, and these chickens are like really fighting, and nothing's cutting.
Yeah.
There's no cut.
Like, oh,
They're really going at it, like they're bleeding. And I look over at the guy, and he's watching. I was like, is this going on right now? And he's like, yeah. I go, are you serious? He's like, yeah, I got like $300 on it. Bro, he's simulcasting from like Mexico a fucking cockfight.
No.
On his fucking TV. I ate my sandwich there and fucking watched.
Did you put money down?
No, I didn't know. I wasn't going to get involved.
You're the weird one in that situation. If you're
I've
watching
never seen a cockfight.
If you're watching a cockfight and don't have money involved, that's weird.
Bro, I've never seen anything like that before.
Still chickens fighting.
Oh, how many times have you seen chickens fight to the death? None.
I'm used to seeing the end and they're fried with a few herbs and spices.
Yeah. Now, granted, if I was there at like the little chicken arena, I'd have my money out screaming and placing bets.
How do you get so deep into cockfighting that you have access to a simulcast of it?
I bet you that it's probably guys he knows from back home, and they probably, through word of mouth or whatever, are just like, hey, we put it on here so you can watch it, and if you want to place bets, we take the bet, whatever, wire us the money or whatever.
Jesus Christ. Isn't it crazy how innovative people will be for the worst things?
Bro, that's the whole porn industry. There's like a thing in like Hollywood where they're like, if porn's doing it, then it's like the next big thing. Like porn did like 3D before Hollywood. Like porn always does like the new shit. Like did you ever go like see like the ads for all like the animated stuff? It looks like literally the same animation as like a Disney Pixar film, and they're doing like porn. It's all this technology. It's all scum. You're right. It's all this scumbag shit. Is like pushes the envelope of technology.
So I guess my question is, what are they doing now? What should we be doing? What is porn doing that no one else is doing?
Well, right now they're doing the whole like I see the ads where they're like, build your own avatar and fuck it, pretty much.
What?
Yeah, they're like, and not even avatar like you like a demon or something, like human looking women where you're just like, oh, what kind of face you want? You want this porn star's face on this porn star's body? Done.
Are you saying porn
star
is now in the metaverse before us?
Bro, it's basically, it's getting there, yeah. I don't think there's like a porn metaverse, but dude, all the technology.
Could we beat them to it?
What's that?
Could we beat porn to the metaverse?
I like how you're saying porn as if it's like a country. Like, will we beat porn?
It might as well be. Porn might as well be a country at this point.
Porn should have a seat at the UN.
What's their GDP?
It should.
Porn has to have a bigger GDP than China.
Well, I think the problem with porn is that it's not all under one umbrella, right? Because like if you and me start like like one of those live stream things where people pay money for us to like suck each other off and shit, like that money's going to us, and like dividends of that are going to like the streaming service or setup that allows it.
Yeah.
So that money's not going anywhere. But like Pornhub, they obviously make like some money, but I don't even know. I don't know how much money like.
I don't know if anyone's used dividends and porn in the same sentence. I think you might be the first person to ever do that. What was I gonna say?
Because you were asking about because you were asking about what's the GDP of porn.
What was the GDP of porn? No, I had something, but then you said dividends, and that really threw me for a loop.
And we were talking about how they should have a seat at the UN and how porn's.
They should have a seat at the UN. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. Like, if only porn unionized. Do they have a... I wonder if... Why can't porn be in the Screen Actors Guild? Are they in the Screen Actors Guild? How do porn stars have health insurance?
Let's see if there is a porn union.
Look up the porn union.
Let's see.
Because if there's not, there should be. And it can't be that big of a space. But at the same time, like, amateur porn's very big. Do you include them in the union?
Well, probably not, because they're in May. A group of adult performers, which includes porn actors, webcam performers, strippers, and models on OnlyFans, drafted union bylaws and received a word from Department of Labor that the Adult Performance Artists Guild (APAG) was officially a federally recognized union.
Oh,
this was August 23rd of 2001. So.
Of 2001?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is... They've been around. But now here's the thing. Who's in the union? Is it just the actors? Is it directors? Is it production people? Who is in the porn union?
I would imagine that it's the actors and the actresses. It's always the actors and actresses that you're hearing that are getting screwed over. It's rarely like the directors.
Yeah, what a shitty union. Like the porn stars still don't make money. They still don't make royalties off the video.
Yeah, porn stars is like wrestling. Like they just don't make like it's more about the lifestyle than it is the money. I don't think you make that much money. Unless I'm being naive.
Well, now with the OnlyFans, they are.
Right, with OnlyFans, yeah, like the traditional model of just like doing porn flicks. There's like other ways now, I guess.
Yeah, those. I was gonna do like a comedy analogy, but no one's gonna get it. I'm just not even gonna bother with it. Comparing regular porn stars to OnlyFans porn stars, we'll throw it out the window. But what was I gonna just say? I'm losing my train of thought all over the place. You got the porn thing.
Turn off the goddamn Sports Center or whatever the fuck you got money on this game.
I'm trying to like keep it on because it feels like you're having you don't feel like you're on a pod. You feel like you're just like two guys hanging. That's my strategy behind having the TV on now.
I don't look at it once and you just keep.
All right, we'll turn it off.
I don't give a fuck, but maybe that's why you're forgetting shit.
No, I'll turn it off. I don't even know where the remote is. Okay, we'll turn it off. Yeah, that's the thing I've been doing. I've been keeping the TV on, just like because you feel like you're just hanging.
Right.
A couple guys watching the tube. I don't know. That's it. That's my way of getting to Rogan. You know what Rogan doesn't have? A TV
running
on.
in mute in the background.
Yeah. Do that, Rogan.
Bro. Wait, what were we just talking about?
I don't even. We were talking about porn stars in the union, and then we kind of just fell apart after that.
Yeah. Amateur porn's where it's at, though, for sure. That's the fucking. I like bringing up hentai porn to people, and because I think it's hilarious, but I just don't. I either think people don't know about it, or they just don't want to admit that they know about it.
I'm aware of what it is.
I just think it's hilarious. It's just like sci-fi porn. We're just like, oh, tentacles, you know.
It's just like. With that, it makes me concerned for Japan.
It makes me concerned for just youths in general.
I mean, not all youths are watching it, are they?
I don't know, bro. Anime's pretty big.
Anime's pretty big, but
I mean, dude, they lowered their target audience for Viagra. It's younger people now because they're watching.
You're right.
People in their mid-20s are getting ED now.
I know.
So then it's just like it's got to be totally fucking bonkers for you just to get it. It used to be the birds and the bees. Now it's the birds, the beads, and the tentacles. You know what I mean? It's like, how do you explain that to your kid? You know, it's just like, when a man loves a woman, the penis in the vagina, bing, bang. And then you're just like, okay, but what about a tree that has tentacles? Like, what is that?
You should write that down. That's very funny.
I've tried. People are very thrown off.
Not with it.
Yeah.
But I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, call us in, is hentai porn started because in Japan you have to blur the penises.
Well, right. But they could do that with live action porn. They do that with just like normal porn actors. You just blur out the insertion stuff.
No, that's what I mean. So they created hentai to like get around that. That's what I heard. I don't know how true this is.
Oh, right. I see what you're saying. Well, they've also opened up the gates to like complete and utter creepiness because it is a cartoon. It could be like anything now or any age. Plus, they're aliens on top of it. So,
right. That's the creepy part of this is that they're extraterrestrial beings.
Yeah,
that's what's odd.
That's the dark part. I mean, and there's even like there's like a dildo company, like a sex toy company called Bad Dragon, and they literally make like it's like all sex toys, but they're from like another universe or something. It's like instead of just like a traditional dill, it's like looks like a dill of like a dragon or something, or like a dill of an alien. There's one where it's like a dill and you like put these like eggs in it, and then like a girl could use it and then like inseminate these like eggs in her. Yeah, dude.
Why do you know so much about this?
Because it fascinates me. I find it so fascinating.
Do you bring these up on the calls? We know you bring up your drawings of...
Yeah, long necks, short arms.
All right, so we got 3 packages of toner your way, and now have you heard about the dragon?
Bad dragon dildos?
Have you heard about them? There's one with, the eggs, where you put the eggs in.
Have you ever been horny to be inseminated by an alien? I got a toy for you. Have
you ever needed to print out a legal form, but also want to pleasure yourself with an alien schlong? I don't work for the company. I'm just passionate.
Bro, they also make like dick sheaths, like you put your dick in it and then it makes your dick look like an alien dick. So if your girl's into that.
What?
Yeah, it's like a dick cover. Like the tip of your dick comes out, so it feels cool.
I gotta know what like the margins of these companies look like. Like, what's the money in that?
They're kind of expensive. I bet they do all right because it's a target niche audience. Plus, I'm sure like sex freaks, they probably get them as like fun novelty toys, like a bunch of porn stars at like a Christmas swap, and they're like, "Hey, I got you the tentacle egg inseminating dildo. You remember we saw that at the expo?"
That's okay. It is a very niche audience, but yeah, I guess if the demand's there, someone's got to do it.
Someone, yeah. I mean, they got a big selection.
A sheath is such a weird word to use when talking about a penis.
To put your cock in.
Yeah, that's very odd.
Yeah.
When you first said it, I envisioned like Hasidic Jews, like the sheet.
Oh, the sheet. Oh, yeah.
That's what I first envisioned in my head when you said it.
I was thinking of because isn't a sheath what you like put your sword in?
Yes, that's correct. That's why, and then I revisualized it. And I was like, that's weirder somehow.
Yeah, it's just like a decorative piece for your cock. Then if you want to be like an alien, No,
I don't know. That's the thing. Well, none of this makes any sense to me, but I guess I'm prude. I don't know.
I mean, dude, this is like, okay, like people are into like really fun. I dated this girl for like a little bit.
Oh, boy.
She told me, this guy that she was with for years had this shut the fuck up. Had this this thing for wearing a diaper.
All right.
Like an adult in a diaper. And he wanted his like diaper changed and they like fucked in the diapers and to a point where like she told me like it would be like it wouldn't be all the time, but like maybe, I don't know, maybe on like a Friday, to surprise him, he'd come home and like she'd have the diaper laid out on the bed for him, and she'd be in a diaper, and he'd.
Wait, she'd also have to be in a diaper?
I mean, there was different dynamics with the diapers, but yeah. And bro, when she would tell me this shit, I would fucking die, fucking laugh. I mean, because I said to her, I was like, man, you're really fucking chill. Because like,
wait, what was your relationship to this woman?
We just like hooked up for a while.
And she's just opening about.
She was also like a sex therapist. So like she was like,
oh boy,
real like, I don't know.
She was open.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
No.
But bro, it was just like, it was, and she would tell me, and I would tell her, I'd be like, I'm fucking dying laughing. I'm just imagining like all the crunching sounds, with like the diapers rubbing up against each other and shit. It's like so fucking weird. I mean, I've seen stuff where people are into being like the baby play, where like a boyfriend and a girlfriend, and like the guy she wants to be treated like straight up like a baby.
You see it on like TLC.
Yeah. But this, I guess this kind of falls in that ballpark, but yeah. But I was just like, holy shit. And if you met her, you would never be like, oh, because it wasn't her. That's the reason they broke up. The diaper thing got in the way.
I would hope so. I would hope she's like, listen, the diaper thing, yeah, big problem. But you know what the real problem was? He wanted to raise the kids Jewish.
Bro. You know what? Okay, this is so funny. This girl's never gonna hear this, so she doesn't care, and I'm not naming her. She told me, because I would ask her questions about it. She told me one time that they went to a sex therapist about it.
Wait, I thought she's a sex therapist.
Yeah, but she can't be his sex therapist, and she was in school for it at the time.
so they wasn't accredited.
Yeah. So they would go to the sex therapist, and she was like, it was funny because like the sex therapist that we got was like a smoking hot chick. She was like a smoking hot chick, right?
Okay.
And she was like, she's like, I wish that she wasn't so hot, because it made like the conversation, like we weren't able to have the same type of conversation. She's like, and sometimes he and I would have three-ways, and he would like bring up how attracted he was to her. And I was like, yeah, he was probably also like,
they would have three-ways with the sex therapist?
Well, he was saying it to her. They didn't. They did not, but he would bring it up. He's like, oh, she's so hot, blah, 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 right. And I go, yeah. And I'm also imagining, too, that you were like, yeah, so he's got this diaper thing, and he's in front of the therapist being like, no, I don't. I'm not into diapers. I'm not into diapers. Like, that's not why we're here. Like, you're so hot.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm
what diaper? Shut up,
gay.
babe.
I'm
not, yeah. I think I'm bi, but, like, mostly I like chicks. Yeah, it's like, bro. Yeah, dude. You never know, man. Bro, you never fucking know, dude.
This makes me... I can't stop coughing. This goddamn Stella. It's, But that makes me nervous. Like, what's going on out there?
I mean, I don't think it should make you nervous unless someone, like, you know, attacks you with, like, one of these inseminating dildos or something.
Oh, I didn't even know they existed until fucking 5 minutes ago.
The more you know.
I gotta have a sex therapist on here, but also I don't know who a sex therapist is. They don't really publicize themselves.
You just, like, go online? Just look up?
No, I've never needed one.
Yeah, but you're like, they don't advertise themselves. You gotta go online, man.
I don't know. I know regular therapists. I know a slew of regular therapists. I don't know any sex therapists.
Oh, you mean like in person?
In person, I've never encountered someone. Hey, what do you do? I'm a sex therapist. I've never heard that.
Bro, I don't go to therapy right now, but like, have you ever gone to therapy?
I've never gone to therapy.
Oh, okay. It might be a moot point then. I was the last therapist I saw. I was like mentioned that I was like whatever. I was like in my head about like some sex stuff that I was like up to at the time, and I was like, yeah, but like I'm not sure. Like I don't know if that's appropriate to talk about. And they were like, what are you talking about? It's therapy. You can talk about anything. I was like,
yeah, that's the whole point.
Like, but don't I see a sex therapist for that? And they were like, no, you can talk about anything here. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I could have been bringing this shit up the whole time, and now you're telling me I could. And then I stopped seeing him. I was like, fuck you.
Yeah, you got pissed because he didn't refer you to a specialist.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't end it right then and there, but like the next week, I was like, I'm done, bro.
See, I guess it's like, I don't know. I just don't go into that venture, like that area of life.
Oh, I'm over it. I'm over the therapy. Are you talking about therapy?
I meant more the sex therapy.
Oh, sex therapy. Yeah, I mean, you seem like a pretty meat and potatoes kind of guy. Maybe you don't need it.
I don't know. I guess not. But the thing is, like, when I talk to my regular friends about, like, my comedy friends, they don't think they're real. Like, they don't understand the lifestyle of the comedy friends. Then I talk to my comedy friends, and you're like, oh, yeah, so, like, I was dating a sex therapist. She wasn't accredited at the time, but she was doing diaper stuff. She went to a regular sex therapist. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because you're in another part of life that I'm not even into. And, like, where does this go? Like, where does this strain go?
Oh, I have no idea.
What is something you, like, what do you hear that you're like, that's fucking weird?
Figging.
What the fuck is that?
Bro,
is that eating a fig Newton?
No, dude.
What is figging?
Bro, I went on this date with this BDSM chick once.
Why do you go on date? How do you have access to women like this?
Bro, they're on these dating apps. You got to set up your profile a certain type of way. Plus, I'm fun, dude.
I know Luciano who sets up his. He got a date with a girl in Wicked. What the fuck are you doing?
I'm not wasting my time with a Broadway girl.
I hear you. We cancel that date. We can talk about that.
Yeah. Bro, this chick, you know, if you ever go on a date with like a kink person or like a BDSM person, there's usually a conversation where they're like, so, what's your thing? Or what are not your things, right?
But how do you, first off, how do you get the date with them? How do you know it's a kink person?
They'll have something on their profile usually, or there's like or you can kind of get like a vibe. There's like things in the profile. Sometimes they'll be like, they'll say shit in there about like open to non-monogamy or into daddy, looking for a D/M, daddy dom. Like there's all types of shit.
Does this sound like Hinge?
I don't fuck with Hinge. Those are for pussies, dude. I go Tinder and I do OkCupid, and now I do Field.
What? Okay.
Field is Tinder for kink people.
Now, see, this makes sense.
Yeah.
If you told me you're using an app specifically
But I haven't
for
pulled
this.
much off field. It's mostly Tinder and OkCupid.
All right, so continue down what the figging
I'm not
is.
a pussy like these other fucking guys in comics and
I hear
shit.
ya.
Dude, it's like yeah. It's like skydiving to me. I'm like, let's try some weird shit. I might like it, I might not. We're not gonna know until we do it.
All right, so go on with the.
So I say to, so she asked me like all these things. She's like, "What are you into?" Right? So I like said it. It's like, bro, it's like the pronoun shit before pronouns. It's like there's like whole laundry. Like I'm into role play. I'm a brat. There's like all this fucking.
What is a
shit.
brat? Like a doll? Like the Bratz doll?
A brat
She wears
is
a lot
somebody.
of makeup.
A brat is somebody who like if you're the submissive one in like a BDSM sort of or just like a dynamic situation. If you're the submissive and they're like whatever hitting you with a paddle or doing stuff to you and you like laugh or you antagonize them, that makes you a brat.
This wormhole goes so deep. I
Bro,
didn't know it
I
goes
can
down to
make your-
reaction.
What do you think about this, Mister? Your dad's probably like, I know what brats are.
Like I'm on the chat boards.
What's more with my son?
Yeah. They talked about it on Boomer and Carden. What are you talking about? Yeah. Go on. Continue.
So I said to her jokingly, I was like, what aren't you into? Right? And so she gives me this whole laundry list of like things that she's not into. I'm not into blood play. I'm not into butt stuff, blah, blah, blah.
She started with blood play?
That was one of the things in there. I mean, most people aren't. That's like when you got into
I would hope not.
into the darker realms. But
Yeah.
that's like off the table for me. I'm not even, that's not an area I even want
Blood
to like,
play.
entertain.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So, and in the list, she threw in there, in the mix of all these things, was figging. And that was the only thing in the list that I had not either heard of or didn't have any clue as to what it was. So figging is when you take a piece of ginger and you shave all the skin off of it. So it's just that raw part of the ginger. And I mean, there's different ways you could do it. You could like cut it up in strips or just use the whole thing. And you like put it like in your pussy or your ass. And then it like creates like a burning, tingling sensation. And that's figging. And I'll tell you what, when she told me about it, I laughed. And then I went online and looked up figging videos. They're there. And here's the thing about people who fig, they're not hot. No hot people fig.
Let me tell you something. That's not called figging.
Yes, it is.
That's called shaving down a piece of ginger and shoving it up your ass.
It's called figging.
That's what it's called.
Bro. Respect.
How many things do you need to do in life where it gets to the point where you're making a stir fry and you go...
You're making some Indian food and you got some leftover ginger.
And you're just looking up at the top of your fridge and you're like, what if I shave that down and shove it up my ass?
I mean, dude, it's fucked up, but also like I get it in a certain sense, right?
No.
Like somebody at some point had to have put their dick on everything, right? Like it's process of elimination.
No.
You know?
This is why we need to go back to some sort of like indentured servitude. Like this is why we need like child labor and people have too much time. This can't be a thing.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. It's a
Figging.
Figging.
No one was questioning how to spell it.
Type it. Type it into Pornhub or XNXX or hamster.com
What
or
is
X
that?
videos. Those just different porn, Googles.
Hamster.com?
Yeah, you never use hamsterx.com?
No.
Oh, bro, there's like barely it's pretty good. Dude, it's like it's up there with the other ones. What do you use?
How do you get... Yeah, it all
It has
goes
nothing
back.
to do with hamsters. I bet
Well,
you,
that's very misleading.
I bet you people listening right now are like, who hasn't been on hamsterx.com? I bet Mr. Happle's like, I've been on hamsterx, you idiot. Dude, it's...
If I should have known
Hold it
about it, I
up,
should have
hold
known
it up.
about it. All right, so maybe I'll check it out. Oh,
Let's
no.
watch a figging video.
That's right. Yeah, that's my old company computer. Use it. They're
Oh.
not tracking it. Dude, this lifestyle fascinates me.
It's same, me too.
Yeah, but you're in it.
But I'm like not. I'm not. I'm like hovering on the outside. There's people that are like in the deep end of this pool.
Okay, why? Have you seen those people?
Yeah.
What? How far into it do you know they're like too into it? I might not have phrased that well. When do you pull the parachute?
Well, that's the interesting thing about it because I think like for some people it's like a rabbit hole that you can go down, and then I think for some people it becomes like a lifestyle. Similar to like how a comedian, it's like if you're a comedian, it's a bit of a lifestyle. It's not just like a 9-to-5 job. Because like most people who are into the lifestyle, they're not also getting paid by it. They could just be like a lawyer, and then at nights from 6 to fucking whatever, they're like, yeah, they fig, or they're like locked in a box, or someone's crushing their balls, or they got a fucking. That's a fucked up one. The people who are into chastity contraptions, that is fucking wild, dude.
If you have to build a Rube Goldberg project to get off, that's a problem. A contraption?
Yeah, you never heard about like the dick chastity things?
I mean, I know what they are.
There's like dudes who are into just getting like their dick and balls like clamped down for like a week, and they're just like they can like pee out of it and that's it. But if they get hard, it like hurts them, and then they get to like take it off at the end of the week because their mistress told them to, and then their mistress just like goes like that, and they like jerk off and they come in like 2 seconds.
And they're walking around with this
in the office, bro. I swear to fucking God, that's what I'm saying. We never know what fucking the person in the cubicle next to you, the people on TV, whoever, bro. You don't know what fucking people are into. You talk about regulars at bars. One time, this guy came into the fucking bar. I'd never seen him before. He was so fucking excited. I was like, and it was dead. And he was striking up a conversation with me, and I was like, bro, I gotta ask why you're abnormally happy for a human right now on like a Wednesday night at 9:00. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna be honest with you.
No.
Bro, he has an app, and this girl that he's never had sex with, but they have this arrangement where she puts this thing in her snatch that's like connected to this app that he has on his phone, and she was on a date, and he was controlling the vibration inside of her while she's on a date. So she's on a date with somebody, and she might be like getting like stimulated.
Still not as crazy as figging.
No, not as crazy as figging, but like the fact that guy's into that. That's like, I don't know. That does nothing for me.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything for me, but I get it.
I mean, look, if I went on a date with a girl and then she's like, I don't really like you, however, I would like to give you access to this app to control like a contraption inside of me while I'm with other people, I'd be like, all right.
Yeah, the questions are more on her than him. For him, it's kind of weird. For her.
Yes, well, she's deeper in the hole.
You're right, she's deeper in the hole.
She's deeper in the deep end of the pool. She's getting there, you know. And that's not even. I think the line is like the people that get into like the blood play stuff's a lot. Scat stuff is a lot.
Oh no!
Like people who are into like being dipped into tanks of poo and stuff like that.
Tanks?
Yeah, dude. You never see the tank poo guy? Dude, this guy.
I watch Sopranos.
I mean, I've watched that too twice. It's great.
It's great. It's amazing. I went through it the second time. Yeah, it's really good.
So good.
Yeah, the commercial was great on Sunday.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of Saints of Newark or whatever the fuck that bullshit was.
Yeah, no, that was
a load of shit. I would have rather watched the poop guy or a figging video than that.
Yeah, I'd get dipped in a thing of poo rather than a thing of Saints of Newark.
Yeah. Well, you know about like the McAfee virus scan stuff that you can get for your computer? Have you ever heard about that guy?
Yeah.
I mean, he had those 3 wives that he paid, and he would poop on them.
I didn't know that.
It's in the documentary that's on Netflix. She talks about. She's like, I would lay in a hammock, and then I would he would lay under the hammock, and he would have me lay on the hammock, and then I'd poop down on. He wanted to get pooped on. He had them poop on him.
I mean, knowing things about him, I'm not surprised.
Through a hammock, so it's getting all like torn up, like shredded up.
God,
you know, rather than like just like solid logs.
But let's be honest. He deserves it.
I mean, he deserves it. He asked for it too, but
He
yes.
paid for it. This is the opposite of too much time. He's earned that.
Yeah.
He made one of the best softwares ever.
Yeah, he also like potentially killed some people. I mean, he's dead now, so
Right, is he? Yeah, that's a whole, bag of hammers right there. If he killed people, if he didn't kill people.
Right.
But at the end of the day, he's very successful. If he wants to be pooped on, I think he has every right to.
Right.
Compared to someone that works for like Nationwide and wants to do blood stuff. No,
Right.
that's too much.
Right. Now, if McAfee wants to do blood stuff, is that same deal?
Yeah, I don't know what the threshold is for income on how you should be allowed to do things, but he's over it. I don't know like how much you need to make.
Right, where you get into like an echelon of
Right. Like the Epstein people, they did all right. Right, like they shouldn't have abused the kids, but if they wanted to do anything else on that island,
Right, like it would have been better if Little St. James was like a scat factory, or like a figging station or something like that.
And by the way, I'm sure they had ginger aplenty there.
I'm sure they did.
Right.
There was plenty of roots and herbs and things like that there. I doubt they were eating takeout at Little St. James.
No, I very much doubt it. I think
food at Little St. Let's just say the food at Little St. James probably amazing.
Probably amazing.
It's probably really good. Just saying.
I think I should be a defense attorney for the Epstein trials. Ghislaine, call me because I will be your defense attorney and be like, listen, is what they did wrong. Yes, we could all agree.
Perhaps.
I have one question to the jury. Do you know what figging is? You don't? It's when you shove ginger up your ass to get off. Now let me ask you this. Is what she did that weird now?
A massage?
Yes. Is 16 too young for a massage? In most places.
Most countries.
But in all countries,
Not in all.
shoving ginger up your ass is weird.
Is weird. Objectively weird.
And then the prosecution will be like, we have no rebuttal.
Yeah, we have nothing but nice to say back to this.
They'd be like, wait, what is figging? I'd be like, I know, right? The judge will be like, yeah, no, it's case dismissed.
Oh. Yeah, dude.
This is not where I thought this episode was going.
Me neither, man. I'm glad I got to open your world up. I really hope that you can pass the knowledge. It's like the pay it forward, pay the fig forward.
Yeah.
Tell someone else about it.
I don't think I'm going to I just don't know how to bring this up in conversation. That's the thing. I would share it with people if I knew how to. But there's very few openings.
Right.
To bring this up.
I mean, look, man. I mean, just, maybe you guys are having some lemon ginger tea, and it can be brought up. You're with some people.
Right.
Or maybe you're out having a dish and you're like, oh, this tastes like ginger. You're like, this reminds me of a thing I found out recently.
Yeah, if I'm looking through the menu, I go, I noticed that this has ginger sauce on it. And here's a question. Can you just give that to me in the raw form with no skin? Is there any chance of that?
Yeah, dude. By the way, to be clear though, you don't just. I think there's variations of the fig because some of the videos I've seen, there's strips of it. They take a peeler and it's like they make it looks like a flower around their butthole or something.
I don't know.
It's like a burning. It's like that and then the strips of the ginger because they'll take the peeler.
No, yeah. I'm aware of what you're talking about. I'm just.
But then other ones will just cut it into little carrot sticks and just shove them all in there.
Yeah, like a real pile of trash.
Yeah,
just shoving ginger up your ass. Make it presentable.
Yeah.
All right, we did over an hour.
Did we?
We did.
Hell yeah.
All right. God, if this is the episode that pops this fucking podcast off, boy. Have I been climbing up the wrong tree this whole time?
Send me figging clips so I can post. I need content.
Do not send me figging clips.
No, you send me clips of us talking about figging.
Oh, that I can do.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately probably going to be the clip for this week.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right. All right. See you later.
Bye.